What is a company that you would advise people not to buy products from and why? Comcast can suck my non-existent balls. Fashion Nova. They have been known to take your money and not send the product you ordered. They will do deals and email you back saying that item is not in stock. When you ask for a refund, they will give you store credit instead. Happened to me. Never ever heard from them about my refund. Luckily it was under $15, but still. Not many of you might need a water heater anytime soon, but absolutely do not call affordable water heaters and plumbing in Southern California. These guys are grade A crooks. A guy came over last Friday to check the leaking water heater at my parents' place. Was told right away that it needed to be replaced and was quoted $3.20 K. After telling them no thanks, they further lowered their estimate to $1.90 K and $1.40 K. When I told them I'll just pay the $99 service call fee, they took my credit card and guess what? The freaking criminals charged me $1.40 K instead of $99 by mistake. LMAO. Had my bank charge back them of course, but the whole experience was a real eye-opener. If a company ever does something like this, I charge back the whole amount. I'm not paying you that service fee after you accidentally charged me that much. Hearts Ultra Guard. It's a flea oil for cats and dogs. I bought some at the pet store when my cat got a flea infestation years ago. Immediately upon opening, the scent burned my eyes. I put it on anyways and kept an eye on her. She started acting lethargic and eyes watering. I ended up reading some negative reviews online where people's pets died from this crap. I immediately pulled the plug and gave my cat an aggressive bath. Stuff wasn't on her more than 20-25 minutes, but I still kept an eye on her the rest of the night. After washing out with an hour-long bath and good comb through with Dawn dish soap, she was much better and I ended up going with a different brand I bought online called Cheristin. After a bit more research and some less than fruitful attempts with baths and flea bombs, vowed never to buy Hearts again and to warn anyone about it I could. So glad that your cat was okay in the end. My mother-in-law is a vet tech and she says the only flea med to use is Advantage. She's had too many stories of cats and dogs die as a result of other brands of flea med. Hearts pet products literally can and will injure and kill your pets. Hearts.victims.org. There are petitions on Change.org and many Facebook groups. Sucks? Yes, my parents' old cat had a bad seizure from their flea treatment. He was extremely dumb afterward. We think it may have cooked his brain somehow. Loot Crate. Go to the Loot Crate subreddit. Company is in chapter 11. They can't ship their items to customers. I signed up for a subscription in May. I received my May package in September. And then nothing. That's a grand total of 1 package I've received from them. I wish I had researched before signing up. People can't even get their refunds half the time, and even people who have successfully cancelled are still getting packages. Absolute nightmare of a company. Herbalife. I hate Herbalife cause a few weeks ago they basically shipped their whole freaking army of gullible slaves to my city and it made work. Customer service unbearable. UGG. UGG is a generic term in Australia much like t-shirt. They've been produced by small businesses in Australia for decades, but some jerk copyrighted the name in the US and it was later bought by Deckers. Now Deckers sues any Australian maker of Uggs who sells them outside Australia and have a whole campaign pretending they invented them. They even have the audacity to claim other makers of Uggs are selling counterfeit product. Yeah, this gets on my goat as well. While I absolutely detest Ugg boots, they are freaking Australian to the point of being an iconic bit of Australian fashion. Don't know how the copyright trademark was allowed to stand with the proof they were created and existed yonks before in Aus. Epson. I have never felt such hatred for an inanimate object as I have for Epson's printers. For years I had Epson printers and they infuriated me. I finally spent more upfront for a Brother laser printer and it has been smooth sailing since. I was able to get a 2-pack of toner for cheap and it's been years since I have had to worry about running out of ink. Mr. Tire. An auto repair chain. Not sure how far their reach is in the USA. They legit stole my car. I went in to have a fuel line repaired. They quoted me almost $2,000 for something that basically needs a band-aid. I said I'd take my business elsewhere. They told me my car was no longer road legal and they'd call the police if I drove it out of the parking lot. I was 16 and confused. So I left it with orders that no work be done on it. Later that day, me and my dad went and stole it back from their back gravel lot. They'd even managed to figure out the power window on the driver's side didn't roll back up and had duct taped a trash bag over it. All you had to do was press the button a certain way. My distrust in mechanics nowadays is the only one stronger than my distrust in dentists. Any pyramid scheme product or company. Frick you Herbalife. Wish. It's pretty obvious why. They sell products for very low prices, which means very low quality. But I can get 6 crack pipes for $1. Sadly, True Nutrition. They have a great custom protein app and I had done business with them without any problems for over a year. I don't know why they've suddenly decided to stop being a reputable company and start robbing people, but 2 of my last 3 shipments from them never arrived. I gave them a break the first time, even when I requested a refund for the creatine I'd ordered and never got it. This time, I'm done. Enjoy my $50. Buttholes. Hope it was worth losing my business forever. Adobe. Crap has gone downhill. Not the products themselves, but the distribution and customer service is freaking horrendous. Smile Direct Club or any of these at-home aligners. Yes, they are inexpensive, but they can frick up your teeth. I am a pediatric dentist, but I have many friends who are orthodontists and are seeing some real horror stories when patients come in looking for help after SDC has messed up badly. The problem is, SDC sues people into silence, and you have to sign some form saying you won't sue them when you start, so not enough people know about it. Wait, please go on. Avid. I use Pro Tools every day for work. Frick Avid. They are industry standard and are therefore able to get away with prohibitive prices, compatibility wackery, and horrendous customer service. When it comes to audio, avoid it if you can help it. Agreed. Frick Avid. Spectrum. Terrible customer service and a constantly rising bill. Insert name of every major cable company. Terrible customer service and a constantly rising bill. I'm currently at war with Cox. Any MLM. Pyramid schemes suck. Examples: Evan, Mary Kay, doTERRA, etc. MLMs prey on the weak-minded and rob people blind. I would never support them by buying their products. Most are grossly overpriced anyways. Herbalife is the annoying weed in my area. Same with Eben. I know way too many people who are selling those products. Nestle, one of the most evil companies in the world. So goddamn hard to avoid all their affiliated products yo. Hard to even remember them all. Kat Von D makeup. I boycott her for being a proud anti-vax. She's also anti-Semitic. A real winner that one. Welp, I guess it's back to making my own everything after reading this thread. Eddie Bauer. My dad had his identity stolen in the late 90s and the person racked up over 1k in debt with Eddie Bauer. They also racked up several much more debt and the companies could either go after the guy or just write off the debt. Eddie Bauer was made aware of the situation and decided to not go after the perp. Instead of writing off the debt, Eddie Bauer would occasionally call and harass my dad about the debt. They had called on the day of my dad's funeral in 2003. I could never forgive a company for harassing a victim and for the heartache they caused my mom. I'm more impressed they kept that up when forwarded a police report. That's straight up harassment. For your information, I recently found an app called Buicket where you can select causes you believe in and the app has a growing database of companies that are for or against those causes. You scan the barcode of products and it'll tell you who sells that product and if they are for, against or NA about the causes you support. They even have references for why a company is on the naughty list and what they would expect that company to do before they can get off the naughty list, with contact information and reference info. I'd recommend checking it out if you're interested in boycotting the companies people are listing off. A lot of them are on the app. Wafer. Ordered a greenhouse kit. It arrived late, and they tried to claim twice that it had been delivered when it wasn't. Well, it arrives, they unpack it, I open it up and find that most of the glass is broken. I call them, they say they'll bring replacements. 2 weeks later, I get my new greenhouse kit. This one not only has broken glass, but it's missing a bunch of pieces. So we try again. This time it takes them 3 weeks, and what they delivered was also broken and missing pieces. I finally call them and say, look, You guys, I'm done. Give me my dang money back. I can't keep buying broken crap. They then tell me that I'm past the deadline for getting a refund. I literally never got a functional greenhouse kit. I contacted the state of Maine to file a formal complaint and was informed that I was but one of many and that at least I wasn't one of those poor suckers who got a new mattress crawling with bed bugs. Look it up. It's a huge issue with Waferer. TLDR. Wafer can suck my shriveled old raisins. Some local car dealerships think that hollering at you in their ads will make you rush over and buy a car or truck. I will never buy from a company who has an irritating commercial. Don't holler at me. Nobody likes that. I once told my brother to put back a product in the store and get the other brand. He asked why. I told him I couldn't stand their obnoxious commercial. A lady in the aisle with us just laughed. She knew exactly what I meant. If your company has to shout and jump up the volume on my TV, then I will mute you and make a note to never buy that product. Nobody likes being hollered at. American Airlines. Horrific customer service. Frequently lost bags. Last time they actually stole things out of my bag, and apparently that's common with them. So I'm getting that all airlines can screw guy. Just gonna take the train to Europe from DC. Nestle. When California was in a drought, they were running out of water, so they created those little tiny dinky bottles so they could continue making profits. Really set a bad taste in my mouth. This is a minor infraction compared to the other things they have done. Kylie Jenner. Not a company, but really, don't give her your money. The whole self-made billionaire thing was such a crock of crap. Blue Buffalo pet food. They have frequent recalls. Multiple independent research labs have proved their grain-free foods show traces of grain, or chicken-free food had chicken. They spend more money on marketing than they do towards properly making food. It's sad. NutriBoom. Pyramid scheme. She is happy, healthy and alive. SiriusXM. Don't even go for the free trial. They will keep calling and sending mail to get you to renew your subscription. DoorDash. Their incredibly scummy pay model was very unfair to their drivers. If you're talking about unfair to drivers and scummy management, you best not use any app that forces people to use their own private vehicles as the main component of gainful employment. Acme Dynamite. Fails always. And they apparently deliver their safes by dropping them off of cliffs. Seems unsafe to me. Wells Fargo. Lying liars. Young Living. They are basically a cult, and they are an MLM. And the owner murdered his newborn daughter. eSubib.com used to be an awesome free citation maker in middle school, and now it's filled with ads and barely works. Unique Lularomonat or any MLM. I added Round Table Pizza to my list yesterday. $48 for delivery of a large pizza and one small side salad. Frick that. Wish. 99% of their reviews aren't real. Their products are trash. Plus the shipping takes months. EA Games. The microtransactions cost more than the games themselves. EA is a cancer upon the gaming industry and should be shunned, and not just for their microtransactions, but also their habit of purchasing smaller game studios, bleeding them dry, then forcing them to make unnecessary changes and cuts to beloved franchises, all so that they can shut them down after having gutted them. Frick EA, and frick all they stand for. I'm going with Napa Auto Parts. I used to be an employee of a Napa back in the early 2000s. Every part you see and product you pick up will have a Napa logo on it, and it'll be the same quart of oil, same bulb or same fuse as you get anywhere else. Their markup over cost is astronomical. An oil filter would cost the store maybe 75 cents and we would sell them for about $8 to $10 bucks. We had specific guidelines on how to deny customer warranties rather than help them. We never really honored any warranty. Batteries were never new. They were reject batteries from Deca Battery Company and only carried a 1-year warranty. And we found ways to make people pay the full price for a battery under a pro-rated warranty. Chassis parts were so inferior in quality it was insane. All parts used to come in bulk and sometimes we at the stores were putting the Napa stickers on them even over competitors' logos. We were paid so poorly it was worse than Walmart. Oh, and never use their brakes. They were some Taiwanese brand and not Department of Transportation certified. And if you think buying the premium brakes are any better, they're not. They are all exactly the same. Brake rotors too. Initech, they do not treat their employees very well. Speaking broadly, any brand that's more than about 20 years old, especially if they are no longer owned by the same company. Brands like Craftsman, Pyrex, and Doc Martens were great when they were starting out, privately owned, and had to be good in order to earn a place in the market. Once they get bought by a bigger company because they have a strong brand, changes get made, quality drops, and you wind up with bad products. I'll also add that any product sold through multi-level marketing is going to be overpriced and or poor quality. At best, these companies will have one or two good products used to generate buzz, and which are often sold out and unavailable, and the rest is hot garbage. Greyhound. They are absolutely awful as a company. The drivers have all been really cool people, but Greyhound was routinely selling tickets for buses that they didn't even have a driver for. Not that they weren't scheduling one, they literally did not have a driver for that bus. It happened to me 3 times and I only got a refund once, and it was in the form of a voucher that could only be redeemed at an actual station. They wasted almost 12 hours of my life with their complete bulls, and I would happily ride Amtrak over taking a fricking Greyhound bus ever again. And I have had an Amtrak train delayed for almost 3 hours, but they were honest and upfront about why it was delayed, and I was happy to let them fix something that was broken. Kat Von D makeup. She's anti-vax and is involved in some Nazi crap. AT&T and DirecTV. I moved into a new house years ago in the country and tried DirecTV. It was a promotion that I could cancel anytime. I cancelled, and they charged me an extra month. Every time I called it was, oh no problem, it's fixed. Then a few months later, same bill. This went on for years. Like literally 5 years now. Then AT&T bought M. I had their wireless service for years. Never once late. All of a sudden they won't give me a new line until I pay the fraudulent DirecTV bill. I told them it'll be a cold day in heck. Repeatedly I was lied to and told it would be fixed, and it never was. I cancelled my service. They wouldn't take my phones back until I paid the DirecTV bill. Again I told them no. Now I had a new problem and even more money. So I went to a different company anyway, and now I owe them more money even because of the phones. At this point I'm just holding out for it all to drop off my credit, because there's nothing you can do short of getting a lawyer and suing. Good luck. Also, I did the math. They have lost $7,340 of my business by refusing to fix $1.180 original bill. I'm proud each month to grow that number paying Verizon. Like this video and this good boy will play you a nice song. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.